Introduction. Why Stoicism is your secret weapon. What if I told you that the ancient philosophy of Stoicism holds the key to becoming the most resilient, powerful version of yourself? You might think that sounds old-fashioned, something from a dusty book. But let me tell you, Stoicism is more relevant today than ever. In a world that constantly tells you to seek comfort and avoid discomfort, Stoicism flips the script. It teaches you to embrace hardship, control your emotions, and master your mind. Imagine a life where challenges don't break you, but instead serve as stepping stones to becoming stronger, more focused, and more in control. That's the kind of power Stoicism offers, and today we're going to explore 10 life-changing lessons that can help you unlock that power. By the end of this, Stoicism will no longer be some abstract theory from ancient times. It will be your secret weapon. Many men today struggle with things like emotional outbursts, impatience, and feeling like they're victims of their circumstances. They let life's unpredictability throw them off course, questioning their worth or their direction. But here's the truth. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to develop unshakable strength. Listen closely. Don't skip ahead because the final lesson is a game changer, and I'm saving it for last. If you master these Stoic principles, you won't just survive life's challenges, you'll thrive in them. Now let's dive in. Lesson 1. Focus on what you can control when life throws challenges your way, whether it's a setback at work, a personal issue, or a failure of some kind. Your first instinct might be to blame everyone else. You might want to vent, complain, or push against the unfairness of it all. But here's the cold, hard truth. Focusing on what's outside your control is the fastest way to lose your inner peace. Think about it. We waste so much time stressing over things we can't change: the actions of others, the weather, the economy. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, understood that there are only two things we can control: our own actions and our own mind. Here's your power move. Stop wasting energy on things you can't change. Instead, focus on your responses, your actions, and how you choose to react. By focusing on what's within your control, you regain a sense of agency and power that you can't get when you obsess over external circumstances. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the cars ahead of you, the red lights, or the weather, but you can control your attitude. You can choose to remain calm, listen to an audiobook, or simply reflect in that moment. Your response is what matters most. Lesson 2. Embrace discomfort. In today's world, we're constantly told to avoid discomfort, whether it's through the pursuit of constant entertainment, food, or avoiding challenging conversations. We often shy away from anything that might cause us stress. But the Stoics had a completely different approach. Discomfort is a tool for growth. The Stoics believed that by practicing voluntary discomfort, we can better prepare ourselves for the inevitable challenges life throws at us. It's not about seeking out pain for pain's sake. It's about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable so that we can face adversity with strength. Here's the truth. Every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to grow stronger. Want to be more resilient? Push yourself. Go for that run when you'd rather stay in bed. Have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Face rejection, criticism, or failure head-on. One great example of this practice comes from Marcus Aurelius, who would often sleep on the floor or intentionally put himself in uncomfortable situations to build mental toughness. This kind of discomfort builds resilience and makes your mind impervious to everyday challenges. When you learn to embrace discomfort, it loses its power to derail you. Lesson 3. The obstacle is the way. What if I told you that the thing that's standing in your way is actually the thing that will lead you to success? The obstacle is the way. This core principle of Stoicism teaches us that challenges aren't something to avoid. They are the very path to personal growth. Think about the hardest thing you faced in life. How did you respond? Did you avoid it? Or did you learn from it? The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, believed that adversity is the best teacher. When you face a challenge, instead of wishing it away, you need to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this difficulty to grow? Here's how to flip the script. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, view them as opportunities. In business, relationships, or personal development, the biggest breakthroughs often come when you confront problems head-on. Every problem carries with it a solution, and every failure teaches a lesson. By embracing the obstacle, you learn how to turn it into an opportunity for growth. Lesson 4. Control your emotions. Don't let them control you. Let's be real. Life can be emotionally chaotic. One minute you're on top of the world, the next you're spiraling into anger, frustration, or sadness. The Stoics knew that emotions are powerful, but they shouldn't be your masters. Emotions like anger, fear, and anxiety often drive us to make rash decisions, sabotage our goals, and undermine our confidence. Here's the Stoic secret. Stop letting your emotions dictate your actions. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings or pretend to be emotionless. It means you acknowledge your emotions but don't let them control your behavior. You have the power to choose how you respond. For example, imagine you've been criticized at work. Instead of immediately reacting with anger, take a moment to reflect. What can I learn from this? How can I improve? In that pause between feeling the emotion and reacting, you have the power to choose a rational, composed response. It's not about denying your feelings. It's about mastering them. You're not a slave to your emotions. They're a tool to be wielded, not a force to be controlled by. Lesson 5. Accept fate. What happens, happens. In today's world, it's all too easy to get wrapped up in expectations. We want things to go according to plan, and when they don't, we often experience frustration and disappointment. But the Stoics taught us a different lesson. Life is unpredictable, and we must accept what comes our way. This doesn't mean you should give up trying or let go of your ambitions. What it means is that you shouldn't waste energy resisting what you cannot change. Instead of fighting against the natural flow of events, accept them with grace and look for the lesson. Imagine a job interview you really wanted, but you didn't get the position. Instead of feeling defeated, remind yourself that this is part of the journey, and there are lessons here for you to learn. Maybe this will open up a better opportunity, or maybe it's teaching you resilience. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. By accepting the inevitable, you free yourself from the mental and emotional burden of constant resistance. It's about letting go of what's out of your hands and focusing on how you respond. Lesson 6. Practice gratitude for what you have. In a world that always tells you to want more money, more success, more possessions, it's easy to get caught in the cycle of wanting. The Stoics, however, understood that gratitude for what you already have is the key to true happiness. By practicing gratitude daily, you shift your focus from what's missing to what's already abundant in your life. Start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for, whether it's your health, your relationships, or even just the opportunity to be alive. When you focus on the good you already have, you begin to see that your life is richer than you thought. This perspective shift not only boosts your mood, but it also makes you less susceptible to the endless cycle of comparison and dissatisfaction. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment and reinforces the abundance already in your life. Lesson 7. Remember that you are mortal. The Stoics lived with a constant awareness of their own mortality. Memento mori, remember that you will die, is a reminder that life is fleeting and that time should be spent wisely. This doesn't mean living in constant fear, but rather living with a sense of urgency. If If you truly understood that today could be your last day, how would you live? Would you waste time on petty complaints? Or would you focus on what really matters? Love, growth, and wisdom. By keeping mortality in mind, you're motivated to live each day to the fullest. You stop putting off important tasks, and you start focusing on what truly matters. Lesson 8. Be detached from outcomes. This lesson is a game changer. We live in a world obsessed with results, whether it's winning, achieving, or getting the recognition you deserve. But the Stoics taught us that the process, not the outcome, is where you should focus. You can control your efforts, your character, and your actions, but you can't control the outcome. By detaching yourself from results, you free yourself from anxiety. If you're focused solely on the result, you will always feel a sense of emptiness if you don't get what you want. Instead, focus on doing your best, on putting in the effort and acting with integrity. Whether you win or lose, succeed or fail, you have already succeeded if you lived according to your highest standards. Lesson 9. The power of perspective. One of the most valuable Stoic teachings is that life isn't what happens to you. It's how you perceive it. External events are neutral. It's our interpretation of them that causes us pain or peace. For instance, two people could lose their jobs, but one sees it as a disaster, while the other sees it as an opportunity to pursue something they're passionate about. The difference? Their perspective. Your perception determines your experience of reality. When you change the way you view life, you change how you feel and react. You can choose to see challenges as opportunities for growth, mistakes as lessons, and losses as stepping stones. Lesson 10. Live according to nature. The Stoics believed in living in accordance with nature, which meant accepting both the natural world and your own nature as a human being. Living according to nature means accepting your strengths and limitations, embracing your humanity, and acting in a way that aligns with virtue and wisdom. This doesn't mean giving up on improving yourself or pursuing goals. It means that you must align your actions with natural laws, honesty, fairness, courage, and self-control. When you live in harmony with the world and your own nature, you stop fighting against yourself and the world. You accept that life is a series of cycles, both good and bad, and you choose to live in balance. Conclusion. Mastering Stoicism, your path to unshakable strength. By now, you can see that Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a way of life. These 10 Stoic principles are tools that will help you navigate the stormy seas of life. Remember, mastering Stoicism doesn't mean you'll never face challenges. It means that, when you do, you'll face them with strength, composure, and clarity. So stop waiting for life to give you the answers. Master these Stoic teachings and let them become your secret weapon for navigating life's toughest challenges with grace and power.